So these two nations, Belgium and Wales, meet once again. They met in the World Cup qualifiers for 2014, the Euro 2016 qualifiers. Wales with a famous home win with a Gareth Bale goal in that campaign. The most famous of all, of course, in Lille. The quarter-final in Euro 2016, the 3-1 win for Wales in that game. The World Cup qualifiers just gone, now the Nations League as well. And tonight we will watch them in this penultimate round of fixtures in this Nations League campaign. Belgium are still pushing for top spot. They are hoping that Poland might do them a bit of a favour against the Netherlands this evening. The Netherlands currently top of the group with 10 points. Belgium 3 points behind them on 7 points. And Wales just the 1 point from 4 games so far, could be relegated from the top tier if they lose to Belgium tonight and Poland do avoid defeat at home to the Netherlands. Wales do know if they win these last 2 games, then they will be safely in the top tier for the next time the Nation League comes around. James Collins, you obviously stood for the national anthem. I sensed a man who was itching to get back out there. I mean, how can you not be inspired by that? And also that sight away. I mean, you've played in front of these fans.
Yeah,
they're amazing.
They're
aren't
special fans. You know, I was out and about in town last night and this afternoon, chatting to a few. You know, wherever we go, you know, you always can rely on the Welsh fans to come out in full voice and support the boys. You know, it's going to be a tough evening. You mentioned, you know, if I'd want to be playing, I don't think I would, mate, to be honest. I think I'd rather be sat here with you with the team, you know, the names that are in the Belgian team. So, yeah, quite happy I'm here this evening.
Let's give you that Belgian team. They've got into a massive, not just a team huddle, but an actual sort of squad huddle on the side of the pitch. And the great and the good of Belgian football are here, by the way, tonight, because we saw Toby Alderweireld get that special award before the game. Moussa Dembele and Vincent Kompany received something very similar before the teams came out. Didn't particularly dress up smart for the occasion. I mean, both of them looking absolutely tip-top, but just very cool, sort of long-sleeved, black tops, black trousers, and the trainers. This is the Belgian team that James Collins is talking about, and my word, it's a good one. Thibaut Courtois in goal this evening. He's missed the last 7 internationals, but the Real Madrid keeper is back, wins his 95th cap tonight. Zeno de Bast is the interesting one, 18-year-old, making his debut, the Anderlecht centre-back alongside Alderweireld and Vertonghen. First whistle blows, both sets of players take the knee to continue the message that there is no room for discrimination of any kind. Thomas Meunier plays right wing back, Yannick Carrasco on the left-hand side, Yuri Tielemans of Leicester, and Axel Witsel winning his 125th cap for his country this evening in central midfield. Kevin De Bruyne and captain Eden Hazard either side of Michy Batshuayi, who has the incredible international goal-scoring record of 25 goals in 45 caps. So no Lukaku, but Batshuayi has been very sharp when he puts on the national shirt. Early free kick won by Belgium. Kiefer Moore up top, battling with Jan Vertonghen, James.
I think he's going to get a few of those this evening, to be honest. Vertonghen playing against Kiefer Moore, you know, it was a long ball up from Wayne Hennessy. He's not done nothing wrong. Kiefer Moore, he's just grappling with Vertonghen and unfortunately caught him in the face.
So 40 seconds in, BBC Radio 5 live in Brussels tonight. Belgium, red-bodied shirts, black sleeves, black shorts with red stripes down the side, and black socks with red hoops around them, playing from left to right in this first half towards the Wales fans away to our right. And Wales in change strip, really, because it's not dominated by red. It's pretty much all white with red trim and red numbers. They're putting some pressure on De Bast, the debutant. Matt Smith of MK Dons closes him down. The ball spins up. De Bast knocks it high in the air. Meunier gets there. It comes off his right boot and it goes out for a throw into Wales. So they start on 1 point this evening at the bottom of the group. Wales, their next fixture, their final fixture before the World Cup, of course, at home against Poland on Sunday. Nico Williams crossing into the far post. That was a good ball. Initially dealt with. Brennan Johnson goes running over to the right as Wales try and build with Mepham. Connor Roberts plays it back to Johnson. Johnson in space on the right. He's overhit the cross, unfortunately, for Wales. Williams will chase it can't keep it in play, and it goes out for a throw into Belgium in the right back position. That was promising.
Good start, Ali, from Wales. Yeah, they've come and shown their intent. It's easy to sit back against such a quality team, but they've come out and pushing forward and really taking the early stage of the game to Belgium.
Wayne Hennessy in goal for Wales. He's the skipper tonight in the absence of Gareth Bale, who's amongst the substitutes this evening. Hazard trying to get away down the right. Joe Rodon up high on the halfway line, makes the tackle. Chris Mepham, Joe Rodon, Reece Norrington Davis, a back three. Connor Roberts and Nico Williams, the two wing-backs. Matt Smith, we've mentioned, alongside Ethan Ampadu in central midfield. Dan James and Brennan Johnson, the wide men, with Kiefer Moore, the Cardiff centre-forward, up top. Joe Rodon's taken a whack in the face now, but he stays on his feet. He seems to be okay, and Wayne Hennessy has the ball, dribbling it forward. He's able to pick that up. I think the goalkeeping position, actually, for Wales going into the World Cup is a really interesting one. Wayne Hennessy's now at Nottingham Forest. He's played one League Cup game this season. Danny Ward is first choice at Leicester, but obviously has had a tough start to the season with Leicester as Hennessy drills the ball downfield. Moore lets it bounce. Dan James chases it through. De Bruyne is trying to get his first touch of the evening. Couldn't quite bring the ball down. Now Belgium have it. Carrasco looking for De Bruyne on the right. Mepham's got it covered, slides in and knocks the ball out for a Belgian throw. James.
Yeah, that's where Wales are going to have to be careful, Ali. You can see De Bruyne playing in the sort of 10 position already, picking up the little spaces. When Wales got the ball, they've got to be so careful they don't give cheap possession away, because that first ball into De Bruyne in the 10 position can really hurt them.
3.5 minutes played. James Collins won 51 caps for his country, played in this very stadium in fact, and scored 3 goals for his nation as well. Sitting alongside us in the King Badouin Stadium this evening, we're watching Belgium build up from the back. Here's the 18-year-old De Bast with the short shaven hair. Poor pass from Tielemans, picked off by Brennan Johnson on the halfway line. He's got speed and uses it to dart forward 20 yards. There's 2 balls on the pitch. We're going to have to stop for a second. Eden Hazard toe punts with his left foot the replacement ball off the field. Shame for Wales. It'll be a drop ball, and I'm sure Belgium will give them back possession, but Belgium are now able to get back in their defensive shape, and Wales will come back to the halfway line. Played forward, nice little dummy from Dan James. Kiefer Moore tried to return it to him. Referee got in Dan James's way. Wales have actually managed to continue to move. Again, that was a real shame, because that was lovely interplay between Moore and James. Belgium clear it to the halfway line. Rodon makes the tackle, the ball goes between his legs, and he just about recovers himself, and Wales come back to their goalkeeper Hennessy. Closed down quickly by Kevin De Bruyne. Stadium is not full actually here in Brussels. Capacity's just over 50,000. It's a good attendance tonight, but a fair few empty seats. It's still quite old-fashioned in its way, the King Badouin Stadium, sort of seats that are fixed in, so you can see the concrete terraces underneath them.
Certainly the tightest commentary area I've been involved in, Ali, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's a tight little squeeze to get under the desk here in the commentary position. Tielemans plays the ball back into the Belgium half. Belgium 0, Wales 0. Belgium work it to the left. Rhythmic drum beat you can hear in the background. Just stops for a second, obviously, as soon as I say that. De Bast across to Tielemans, who's wide on the right, just inside his own half. Nico Williams comes forward, makes the block, and the ball goes out for a throw-in to Belgium on the right-hand side. Should mention as well, and it's very noticeable on these white kits that Wales are wearing this evening, all the players wearing the black armbands this evening to pay their respects to the late Queen Elizabeth II, of course, but also on the 88th anniversary of the Gresford Colliery disaster back in 1934. 266 men and boys lost their lives that day. Never forgotten. Wales pay their respects this evening, the national team. We're 6 minutes in, still 0-0. As James was suggesting, Wales would have been expecting to have Belgium with a lot of possession. That is exactly what is happening so far in the opening stages, James, after actually a bright start by Wales.
Yeah, it's what we expected. It's what Bob Page would have expected, but you've got to say Wales look very organised, very committed to their defending.
Here's De Bruyne. Belgium fans getting excited. Edge of the Wales penalty area. Hazard gets the ball for the first dribble of the evening, tries to find De Bruyne. Connor Roberts read it, makes the tackle, knocks the ball into De Bruyne, and it goes behind for the goal kick. A lot of talk in the Belgian press in the build-up to this game, James, was about Eden Hazard, how he's looking a bit sharper this season, how much of a part he's going to play at the World Cup. He captains the side tonight. He does look, physically, he looks well.
We were talking off air. I did think he looked a little bit weighty in recent years and not as sharp, but yeah, noticeably, fitter, slimmer, and yeah, obviously it hasn't gone great for him at Madrid since his move there, and he hasn't played enough football, but certainly, he hasn't become a bad player overnight. There's still a world-class player in there.
Connor Roberts slips as he tries to get a cross in from the right. Carrasco makes the tackle and Wales win the throw. So although Wales expecting Belgium to have a lot of possession, they are very happy to have a go at them when they've got the ball as well, with Nico Williams attacking down the left and Connor Roberts down the right. Good noise inside the stadium. If you're on the move this evening, you don't want to miss a thing. We're always available on that BBC Sounds app, as is 5 Sports Extra. Long throw into the penalty area. Kiefer Moore's flick on. Courtois is able to jog off his line and catch it, and slings it out as hard as he can, looking for Batshuayi. Norrington Davis quickly across the halfway line for Wales, intercepts. They have possession.
Did really well, Norrington Davis. Yeah, that's long throw into the box there. Kiefer Moore done really well winning the third. If Wales are going to get anything tonight, they've got to take advantage of set plays and situations like that where Kiefer Moore comes into his own with his size and his aerial ability.
Ball is loose inside the Welsh half. No pressure on Chris Mepham. He's able to control it. Wearing the bright yellow boots. Rob Page is chatting to Nico Williams at the moment while the ball is actually on the right-hand side of the field and pointing where he wants him to go. Wales try and go down the middle. Witsel heads it forward. Rodon clears. Header won by Vertonghen. Matt Smith onto it inside his own half. Couldn't thread the pass through, looking for Dan James. Intercepted and worked to the right by Belgium. And Mounier comes back to De Bass. So both teams going with the back threes this evening, and Roberto Martinez going with this little experiment of the 18-year-old Zino De Bass, who looks confident enough to bring the ball forward into the Welsh half at the moment. Hazard's dropped deep. He's running away from Kiefer Moore, still going, looking for the little 1-2 with Batshuayi. Wales are able to cut the first pass out. Belgium have it again, about 40 yards from goal. Witsel plays it wide to the left. Carrasco strokes it back to him. Witsel to De Bruyne. De Bruyne just very happy to drop deep and pop up in a little bit of space there for Belgium. On the move again. And back it comes to Alderweireld.
That's what I was saying, Ali. Eden Hazard with the ball. It's a dangerous situation when he's running at you as a back three, but they're all talking, all communicated and all look in sync, and it looks very organised and comfortable for Wales at the minute.
In terms of their World Cup games, they're getting ready for Belgium in a group with Croatia, Morocco and Canada at Qatar 2022. Wales, I'm sure you'll know, first game inside his own half. He was getting a few kicks and a few whacks there, but had the strength to hold it up. Mounier plays a pass down the right. Batshuayi is onto it. Socks rolled down. Ball to De Bruyne. What a hit! What a finish from Kevin De Bruyne with his left foot. Caught it so sweetly, but surprised Wayne Hennessy because he took it so early. Hennessy got a hand to it. He couldn't keep it out, and that was a world-class finish. Belgium 1, Wales 0.
I was just saying how comfortable Wales looks, and a little bit of quality from Batshuayi down the right-hand side. Quite an easy pass to De Bruyne, especially in the space he was finding, dropping off, and you've got to say it's a lovely finish with his left foot, slotted into the bottom corner.
Magnificent finish from Kevin De Bruyne, his 25th for his country. We'll see it again on our monitor in front of us. The ball comes across his body from the right and opts to hit it with the left foot and just places it.
It's just
so
the quality of it. A lot of players there lash at the ball, trying to hit it too hard. It's a side foot pass into the corner. It's world class what he's done there.
He's in sizzling form at the start of this season. Just the one goal, I think, for Manchester City so far this season, but 6 assists, I think, something like that already. Obviously really enjoying the link-up with Erling Haaland, but we know he can shoot, and he's proved it this evening, and that wasn't a power blaster. Often you see De Bruyne really hit them. Not tonight. That was just timing and placement, and it's got Belgium in front. So that's trouble for Wales. Wales lose this game this evening, and Poland avoid defeat at home to the Netherlands. It won't matter what happens in the final game on Sunday against Poland. Wales will be relegated from the top tier of the Nations League, but plenty of time still to be played. 11.5 minutes gone in the first half, and Belgium have that early lead. Hazard comes towards the ball. Players stop because it's gone out for a throw into Wales. taken quickly. Here's Ampadu scampering back to the halfway line, comes back to Rodon. Batshuayi's on top of him ever so quickly, so Rodon can only turn. Pass back to his goalkeeper.
Just
Wayne
thinking,
Hennessy.
Ali, there, it's dangerous for Wales, you know, going down so early to such a good team. You know, you want to try and, it was going to be tough. You want to try and stay in the game for as long as you can and keep them out. And, you know, to go 1-0 down, you know, it'd be a big blow for Rob Page.
Kiefer Moore's taken a whack. He was bumped off the ball, and then Yuri Tielemans accidentally kicked him in the back of the head. He apologises for that. No harm done. Kiefer Moore says, don't worry about it. Belgium have now scored in each of their last 49 international matches. Now, that is no surprise given the lineup they've got. Last time they failed to score, World Cup semi-final against France at Russia 2018. That is some record, and they will be a threat in the World Cup once again in a couple of months' time. That is coming around the corner very, very quickly. Belgium leading Wales by a goal to nil. If you are just tuning in to 5 Live, BBC Sounds this evening. Matt Smith wins it off Batshuayi. Wales are up to the edge of the Belgian box. Moore plays it down the left to Nico Williams, slices the cross, and it floats over the crossbar and goes behind for a goal kick to Belgium.
Again, just needs a little bit more quality, Ali. You know, they're not going to get many opportunities to attack the Belgian goal tonight, the Welsh team. So when they do get in those areas, you know, they need to be careful. They need real quality there to get anything out of it.
Heard from Christophe Terreur before the game. He's a regular on the 5 Live Euro Leagues, reminding us, of course, it's Belgium's last home game before they set off for the World Cup. Apparently, they're going to give their new World Cup song a run out at full time, James, if we're still inside the stadium.
Can't wait for that.
With the team joining in, so
But the players are looking forward to having a sing along after that.
Yeah, so stay tuned tonight on 5 Live Sport. We're not off air until 10 o'clock when we'll hand over to Colin Murray, but you'll get the bit of the Belgian World Cup song tonight as well, so there's a treat for you. They're leading Wales by a goal to nil. Eden Hazard, short, stocky figure, moving at speed into the Wales half. Cutting across from right to left, not too much pace on the pass, but it does find Carrasco. Carrasco's got Connor Roberts backpedaling, he's teasing him, he's into the penalty area, works it onto the left foot, driven just wide by Tielemans, who'd made that late run into the penalty area, caught it on the volley, couldn't find the bottom corner.
Yeah, similar to the goal, you know, the little cut back to sort of the penalty spot area. He probably should do better. Maybe the pass is a bit firm into him, but it's another chance for Belgium.
Goal kick Wales. Wayne Hennessy is all in green. His two centre-backs stand either side of him. He's not going to use them, though. He's going to flip a diagonal out to the right, and it's over the head of Mepham, who was backpedaling, and he can't keep the ball in play. Trying to nod it down the right-hand side to Connor Roberts. So Wales cede possession. Belgium have it inside their own half, and they lead Wales by a goal to nil. Full commentary tomorrow night in the Nations League on Italy-England. Live from Milan. We'll be hearing from the England manager Gareth Southgate at half-time this evening. Kick-off 7:45. John Murray, our football correspondent, alongside Matt Upson tomorrow night. Great win for Scotland last night as well, wasn't it? At home against Ukraine, and Scotland now in with a real chance of actually winning their group in the B tier of the Nations League, so they are looking at potential promotion to the top tier, which is where Wales find themselves at the moment. De Bruyne's high floated ball over the top, bounces in front of Batshuayi, trying to bring it down. Batshuayi shoots. There's a good block on it in the penalty area. Nico Williams tries to get a second tackle on the ball. Wales survive for now. Meunier to Tielemans, back to Witsel. Witsel edge of the area, plays it to Carrasco. Well, thought he might have been fouled there. He's down. Referee had a clear view of it. Wales are allowed to continue playing. Ampadu up to Dan James. James chests the ball down, rolls it across to his right. Connor Roberts curls the pass across the halfway line. Wales have given it away. You do not want to give it away to this fella. Here's De Bruyne. De Bruyne to Tielemans. Tielemans moving at speed up to the edge of the area. Wants to hit that shot. Again, it is blocked on the edge of the area by Rodon. Wales go high and long up towards Kiefer Moore. Brilliant from Moore. Uses his strength to hold off De Bast. Holds off Witsel as well. Really good centre-forward play. And now Williams to Brennan Johnson. Johnson sees a bit of space to run into. Heads forward. Low pass to his right to Connor Roberts. Back it comes into central midfield to Ampadu. 16 minutes played. And it's Belgium 1, Wales 0. And I can see it's Poland 0, Netherlands 1. Netherlands win that game this evening, they are pretty much unassailable at the top of the group, unless I think Belgium can beat them something like 4-0 in the final game on Sunday. That is because if they do that, they would be on 13 points apiece, and it would go down to the head-to-head record. But Netherlands had a big 4-1 win over Belgium at the start of this group. Wales are trying to get back into the game. They've got the ball at the moment inside the Belgium half. Ampadu to Norrington Davis of Sheffield United. Ampadu towards Matt Smith in the inside left channel, on to Dan James. Dan James pokes it to his right. Brennan Johnson's ball to Connor Roberts. Flick back towards Kiefer Moore. He couldn't control it. And here's Tielemans to De Bruyne, and now Belgium have the lead. They're going to be lethal on the counter-attack. Mepham lets that ball past him, and he's made the right decision in the end. It's beyond Carrasco, and it goes behind for the goal kick. James Collins.
Wales are struggling a little bit here, Ali. Everyone struggles with Kevin De Bruyne, but, you know, the little pockets he's picking up. Moments ago, Batshuayi had a chance. You know, he's in the left-back spot, pitting the ball up, hit a wonderful pass, and Batshuayi's in, and then again, he's on the halfway line. Wales give the ball away, and he's in that space, so... You know, it's probably up to Ethan Ampadu to always be aware. You know, he's dropping into that 10 position to be looking over his shoulder with help from behind. You know, the boys got to be behind telling Ethan where he is, and, you know, it is you know, it's a worry even when Wales are on the ball, because, you know, when they give it away, one good pass into him and the game's changed.
High ball bouncing just inside the Wales half. Tielemans wins the first header, cleared into the Belgium half. Meunier's first time ball to Witsel. Hazard back to Witsel, and across to Carrasco, and now they're back at walking pace, Belgium, and they're leading Wales by a 1-0. Kevin De Bruyne with just over 10 minutes gone on the stopwatch in this first half, when he stuck that in the back of the net. Here's Alderweireld. 7 players 30 or over in this Belgium team, mighty good ones at that. 909 international appearances amongst the starting 11.
It's an incredible stat, and you've got to think, Ali, you know, it's a wonderful team, this Belgian team, full of talent, but, you know, they've gone to these tournaments and not quite done it, you know.
Yeah.
And like you say, the age of the squad, you know, they're not going to get this group of players are not going to get many more chances to have a crack at winning tonight.
Could be the last one in Qatar. Hazard towards De Bruyne on the turn, hits the curler with his right foot over the bar, and behind it goes for the goal kick to Wales.
He's having a lovely time out there, De Bruyne. He's just picking up the little pockets, doing what he wants, not really, you know, worried about defending too much, just looking to make things happen, and it's, you know, it's a joy to watch so far.
Goal kick Wales. Wayne Hennessy plonks the ball down right in the middle of his 6-yard box, plays it to Ampadu. De Bruyne is chasing him. Ampadu looking for the run of Kiefer Moore in the channel. Alderweireld, slightly awkward pass back to Courtois. Good first touch from the goalkeeper, got it away from Kiefer Moore, plays it with his left foot out to Vertonghen. Lovely first touch from Eden Hazard. That wasn't easy to control on the half volley. Carrasco makes a clever run inside. This is good football from Belgium. It's flowing freely. Carrasco comes across to Meunier. Meunier back to Tielemans. Belgium have got Wales where they want them at the moment. Carrasco, Tielemans, Meunier on the right-hand side in the middle of the Belgium half. Little 1-2 with Carrasco again, and back it comes to De Bast.
It's amazing to watch, Ali. They go from walking pace, just doing what they want, to one quick Eden Hazard, De Bruyne, change the speed, one quick pass or a ball around the corner, and they're at you. So that's why Wales have really got to keep their concentration defensively tonight.
Meunier, halfway line for Belgium, leading Wales by a 1-0. Alderweireld. His pass bobbles across to Vertonghen wide on the left. Here's Hazard again, who, like De Bruyne, is just enjoying the freedom at the moment given by his manager, Roberto Martinez, now just over 7 years in charge. Wonderful group of players at his disposal. Very happy to trust them when they're out there, give them the framework and then let them enjoy it. They've given the ball away here, though. Matt Smith finds Nico Williams on the left. Williams, little drag back, is going to take on De Bruyne. De Bruyne makes the tackle, and the last touch came off Williams, actually. And it goes out for a throw-in to Belgium in their right-back position. And Meunier is just going to take a breather before he throws it to De Bast. Puts him under a little bit of pressure, but the 18-year-old did extremely well. Saw Dan James coming. Belgium start to work it out from deep. Here's Axel Witsel, who's always been recognisable with that huge dome of hair on top of his head. Hazard, fouled by Kiefer Moore. He went for a clever little drag back with his right foot, and I think he forgot quite how long Kiefer Moore's legs are, and Moore just managed to snag him and stop him in his tracks. Belgium leading Wales 1-0. Poland 0, Netherlands 1. And in Group A1, so top tier again, I can see that Croatia-Denmark's goalless, France-Austria is goalless. France are actually in danger of relegation from the top tier, as are England as well, of course. Italy-England here on 5 Live tomorrow night. De Bast for Belgium to Meunier, opens his body up, plays a first-time ball to Tielemans. Witsel makes a clever run to his left. Ampadu saw it and fancies a bit of physical with Witsel, and then leaves a little bit on him when he's on the floor. The sort of left shin accidentally banged into his head, accidentally on purpose.
Yeah, that might be the only way to stop them this evening, I think, by the look of it so far. But you know, sat up here watching it, it's not fun to play in, but the movement of this Belgian team, you know, you got De Bruyne coming short, Eden Hazard's coming short, Batshuayi stretching them the other way. There's so much space, you know, and it's so hard to defend against, because you know you've got to follow the run of Batshuayi, and that causes you to be a little bit deep, which opens the space up for De Bruyne and Eden Hazard to do their magic.
Yeah, it's a really interesting one. Batshuayi, as I said, that really good goal-scoring record for Belgium. Now playing his club football at Fenerbahce. Was on loan to Besiktas last season. De Bruyne is in space again on the left, and he's bearing down on the Welsh goal. He scuffed it for once with his left foot. Beat Hennessy, but inside the 6-yard box it was cleared, only as far as Hazard. Hazard half tackled by Brennan Johnson, throwing Belgium wide on the left.
I'm not sure what De Bruyne has done there, Ali. You know, he looks clean through on goal, and he looked like he was looking for a pass more than taking it himself, and sort of half scuffed it, you know, straight into Wayne Hennessy.
De Bruyne, that's a much better pass with his left foot. Carrasco onto his left foot, shot takes a deflection, loops over the bar. Belgium have a corner, and they are looking in fine fettle, you have to say. We knew this would be tough for Wales tonight. It is proving so. Belgium 1, Wales 0. Don't forget, Wales without Ben Davies, Joe Allen, Aaron Ramsey, Harry Wilson, and of course Gareth Bale, who is sitting on the bench. That is half of what you would expect to be in the starting lineup come that opening World Cup game against the USA. James, meanwhile, just having a little look at the De Bruyne left-footed effort.
It's almost in 2 minds. I think it's a half-cross shot sort of thing. It's not something you'd expect to see from Kevin De Bruyne.
Noisy again inside the stadium. A way-swinging corner from De Bruyne. Witsel has a hooked volley at it. The ball's up in the air. Rodon's mistimed his jump. The ball's flicked up high again. Witsel, good knockdown. Batshuayi slices it on the half volley, close range. Couldn't get it on target.
Should do better. A bit of confusion in the Wales box from the corner. The ball's gone high in the air. Flicked on header, dropped to Batshuayi, and you've got to say, at least hit the target. He should probably score, Ali.
Witsel took a whack as he won the header. He's just rubbing his jaw, but he's okay. He's back on his feet and jogging back into position. Another chance then for Belgium. Goes a begging, and we get the close-up of Batshuayi's frustrated face. Wasn't great, was it? I was just saying how good he is when he pulls on the national shirt. Here's Rodon out to the right. Mepham, floated ball down the right wing. Johnson is tackled by Vertonghen. Throw in Wales, all in white. 15 yards into the Belgium half on the right. 25 minutes played in the first half, and Wales trailing to the early De Bruyne goal. Kiefer Moore trying to get a cross in from the right. Alderweireld followed him out there. It was blocked. Another throw in to Wales, who do have a fantastic record against Belgium in recent times. In all these games they've played against each other, just the one defeat in the last 7 games, and the big win, of course, in the Euro 2016 quarter-final, which will never be forgotten. Moore's flick on. De Bast hoiks it away with his left foot. Norrington Davis inside the Belgium half, plays it across to his right. Comes back to Rodon from Mepham. Rodon thought about going wide right to Roberts. Again, he's going to look for the one over the top to Dan James. I think that's a bit far. Bounces once, and Courtois is very easily able to pluck it out of the sky.
Yeah, talking about Wales, Belgium game, it does seem to pop up every year, but I played in a few of them in this stadium, and
yeah,
you don't the hard work, the concentration you've got to be, you know, for 90 minutes. You know, it's physically tough, but mentally as well, playing against this quality.
Got to concentrate now. Hazard bringing it forward, plays it to De Bruyne. 2 touches, right-footed shot, hits the base of the post, comes back to Carrasco. Brilliant save from Hennessy with his legs. Otherwise, it would have been 2-0. Offside flag was up against Carrasco, so that one wouldn't have counted. Poor De Bruyne again, so close to a second.
Again, the space, you know, Batshuayi going long, creating that space on the edge of the box. It looked like he had an age to pick his spot. No Wales defender got out to him to close him down. say a lad, De Bruyne's quality, you'd expect him to score. To be honest, it's a good effort. He's hit the post, but it's happening far too often.
Belgium 1, Wales 0. Wales living a little dangerously in this game at the moment. Oof, crikey, strong challenge on Kiefer Moore from Tielemans. Moore is just recovering from it. Took a whack in the chest, I think, actually. Both of them sort of went for the high bouncing ball. Both made a similar challenge. Moore came off worse. As it stands at the moment, with Wales losing and the Netherlands winning, that is still okay for Wales in terms of trying to stay in this group, because they do play Poland in their final fixture in Cardiff on Sunday. So were both Wales and Poland to lose this evening, Nico Williams goes down. Tripped by Thomas Meunier. Meunier claims he didn't do anything wrong, but the free kick is given to the visitors. If Wales could beat Poland, there's a possibility they could nick ahead of them on the head-to-head record between the two countries, but we'll have to wait and see how things play out this evening.
Looking at this Wales team, Ali, you'd probably only say Nico Williams and Connor Roberts are the two sort of nailed-in positions for the World Cup. Joe Rodon obviously will play at the back, and Gaz Bale, but it's a great opportunity for some of these lads who are sort of on the fringes of the squad, on the fringes of the team to perform.
Kiefer Moore in for a bit of physical again with Witsel. Witsel wins the header. It goes forward into the Wales half. Nico Williams runs into a very solid Yuri Tielemans and gets flattened. Throw in for Belgium. Thrown in towards Hazard. Hazard again using that low centre of gravity, dominates the ball, holds off Norrington Davis. Across it comes to Vertonghen, who draws Brennan Johnson in. First time passing from Belgium is lovely. Wales doing the chasing. Alderweireld on the ball inside his own half. Right-footed pass low to Carrasco, sweeps it past Hazard. Batshuayi tried to find Hazard with the pass around the corner. Wales have it. Back it comes to Mepham. Mepham back to his goalkeeper Wayne Hennessy. Hennessy's just outside his penalty area in the D. Measured pass up towards Ampadu. Ampadu, nice ball forward to Brennan Johnson. Johnson 10 yards into the Belgium half, and Ampadu's continued his run. Good from Wales. Comes across to Matt Smith. Smith quickly on to Nico Williams on the left. Wants to take Meunier on. Dummies to go down the outside. Comes back to Smith, to Ampadu. Dan James comes towards the ball. Lay off to Matt Smith, and Wales have come back towards the halfway line. That's not good from Norrington Davis. And De Bruyne actually can't find Tielemans. He's off target there. Throw in for Wales on the left.
It's better for Wales though, it just gives you a breather, keeping the ball for 2-3 minutes, getting 20-30 passes in. It doesn't matter if you're not going anywhere. They've worked hard these first 25-30 minutes, so just having a bit of possessions, good at times, just to take the pressure off.
De Bruyne thrown to the floor by Williams. That'll be a free kick for Belgium. Wales are struggling to handle the class of the likes of De Bruyne and Hazard, and there's absolutely no disgrace in that. But they're only 1-0 down, and as James says, they've come here recently and done well. Most recently, actually, was here for a 0-0 in the European Championship qualifiers 2014, and a 1-1 draw in a World Cup qualifier the year before, where Aaron Ramsey scored a late goal in that one to get Wales a 1-1. So they'll stick at it. Here's Alderweireld, just outside his own penalty area, across to De Bast. De Bast finds Hazard right in the middle of his own half. No pressure on him. Hazard across to De Bruyne. No pressure on him. Red shirts come pouring forward into the Wales half. Played back to De Bruyne. Now Hazard. Hazard fizzes it across to Meunier on the right. Meunier rolls the ball under his studs, brings it in field. Hazard finds Batshuayi with his back to goal 25 yards out. Played back to Witsel. Here's De Bruyne. Vertonghen was well forward in that attack. He started everything off, and here he is in the sort of number 10 role, and now he's got caught out actually. Kiefer Moore's won it. He's not got too much ahead of him, and he's actually played the pass behind Nico Williams, who has to hurry back into his own half. Norrington Davis chased by Batshuayi. Batshuayi slips. The Wales fans enjoyed that, and Hennessy's able to...
I quite enjoyed Vertonghen in the number 10 role. It reminded me of myself in my younger days when I used to venture forward.
Here's Williams for Wales, just inside his own half. Rob Page, the manager, off the bench again in his black tracksuit, pointing forward with his left arm. I mean, whatever happens in the game tonight, James, whatever the scoreline, this is going to be a valuable 90 minutes. I know these players are playing a lot of football at the moment, but in terms of just being together as a team...
I said it before the game, it was always going to be tough, but you know, nights like this is what international football's all about. Playing, you know, pitting your wits as a team against a team of this quality. You know, like I said, they're going to be favourites or up there to be favourites for the World Cup. You know, second in the rankings. It's a quality team, so like I say, you don't want it to start going 2-3-4-0. But you know, whatever Wales can get out of this tonight is huge experience.
Good 1-2. Dan James and Brennan Johnson. Dan James with a left-footed shot. Witsel got his body in the way. Wales come again. Flags up. Not quite sure when the offside was. Would the shot have counted? Possibly not. It might have been one they let play just to see how it panned out. But Dan James just had a half an eye of goal there, whipped it with his left foot, and Witsel was right in the path to block it. Belgium 1, Wales 0, 13 minutes remaining in the first half. Italy, England in full on 5 Live at BBC Sounds tomorrow night, live from Milan. James, was he pushed in the back by Witsel? Referee thinks he's gone down too easily. Belgium can counter. De Bruyne in the centre circle. Support from Carrasco. Quickly on to Hazard. Trouble here for Wales. Connor Roberts got to try and stop him. Hazard with his right foot whips it just wide of Hennessy's far post and behind for a Wales goal kick. The shots are raining in.
It's so hard for Wales. They're doing the right thing. They're showing intent, moving forward, but I mentioned it in the early stages, as soon as you give the ball away against a team like this, the spaces they're finding, Hazard and De Bruyne, you know, it's one of them, just think or twist, you try and go and score a goal and risk, you know, giving one away, but it's certainly a big problem when Wales lose the ball.
Brennan Johnson, unfortunately, has overrun it for Wales on the halfway line. There was a nice attack developing there, and now Wales have got to defend again. Hazard to De Bruyne, play back to Tielemans, immediately gives it back to De Bruyne. Those two just having a bit of fun here. Play 3-1-2s, then a fourth, and then De Bruyne decides to change things up and actually misses the target again, plays it between Alderweireld and Carrasco, but Wales are so deep that Courtois is able to come 50 yards off his line and get Belgium moving again inside their own half. France 0, Austria 0, Croatia 0, Denmark 0 it remains. Netherlands 1 up away to Poland, and Belgium here leading Wales by a goal to 0. WSL commentaries on the way for you on 5 Live and BBC Sounds this weekend. Saturday's offering is the North London Derby at 1:30. Sunday we've got Chelsea-Manchester City in full. That one kicks off at 4 o'clock. Brennan Johnson has won it for Wales, wide on the right, high up, and I think has won them a corner as well. Great pressurising from Johnson to win Wales a corner, James, out of nothing.
Yeah, it did really well, and now this is these sort of opportunities where you've got, you know, you need the real quality. We got Kiefer Moore, Joe Rodon, good headers of the ball. You know, the quality from the set play, or all set plays, needs to be right.
Right, Mexican wave going around the stadium. Are the Wales fans going to join in and have a bit of fun? They're giving the Belgian fans a wave.
Absolutely not.
They're not, because they don't feel it's the time for that, and what they would love to do is equalise here, and then I think you'll see the Wales fans give the Belgian fans a little bit away to our right. What can Wales do with the set piece? The Mexican wave is on its way around the stadium again. The referee's just sorted a few things out off the ball before this corner's taken. It's been a long delay before this. Kiefer Moore's made the run to the near post. It's gone deep, and Courtois has come a long way off his line. He's tall goalkeeper Courtois. Spots De Bruyne, tries to find him. Connor Roberts is there, clears with his right foot. Felt it was fouled by De Bruyne, who ran into him, but I don't think, is it? Yes, he has got the free kick. Wales free kick, has he or not? Yes, he has got the free kick just inside the Belgium half. De Bruyne's momentum took him into Connor Roberts. Wasn't a deliberate foul, but Wales do get the free kick. Belgium 1, Wales 0, 10 minutes remaining in the first half. And as you can tell, as you can hear, I'm sure, wherever you're listening to us this evening, it's lively inside the stadium here in Brussels. Matt Smith of MK Dons, former Manchester City academy player, young Matt Smith, playing in that midfield for Wales tonight. Nice one-touch passing from Wales over on the right. Brennan Johnson, low pass into Kiefer Moore, little flick with his right foot. Connor Roberts couldn't get there. Courtois picks it up and just bowls it gently underarm to Alderweireld. Alderweireld across to De Bast. De Bast chips it into no man's land in the middle of midfield. Wales should have won that. Johnson miscued it and Batshuayi took it off. Witsel. Wales able to get numbers behind the ball. Witsel across to De Bruyne. Back to De Bast. Meunier in space on the right. De Bruyne's made a run. Dangerous run as well. Takes the ball on the move. Cross the goal. Finds Batshuayi. And Belgium have a second goal. And again, it's Kevin De Bruyne at the heart of things. Brilliant run off the ball to get into space. Wonderful cross to the far post. Batshuayi couldn't miss. Belgium 2, Wales 0.
Unbelievable from De Bruyne, Ali. It's comfortable for Wales. They're back in their holes, keeping their position. One good run from De Bruyne. The quality, it just oozes class. Everything he does, and it's not an easy cross. He's crossed it straight across the 6-yard box. That's why he's got to tap in past it.
Belgium 2, Wales 0. Michy being shouted out by the announcer inside the stadium, and as you can hear, the fans all replying with his surname. His very good international goal-scoring record continues, 26 in 46. But if you've got someone like De Bruyne teeing you up like that, he is. I mean, I know the Wales fans won't be enjoying it because their team are losing, but what a joy to watch him.
Played against him, Ali. It's a joy to be on the same pitch as him, and certainly to watch him. When he's playing the way he is, the form he's in, there's no one better in the world. It's an absolute joy to watch, and it's not just his quality on the ball. He works back defensively as well, which obviously playing for Man City and Pep you've got to do, and he really has got the lot.
Belgium 2, Wales 0. Pep Guardiola, if he's listening, probably thinking, yeah, okay then, let's get him off now. Here's Kiefer Moore's offside, wide on the right, but I think Roberto Martinez, a bit like Rob Page, James has said actually with his squad, no one's going to play 90 minutes both games. He's going to mix and match it because they're just so aware of how much football is being squeezed in before we get to that World Cup in 8 weeks' time.
You can sort of see it in the Belgian team as well. They're not in a rush to get the ball forward. They're taking it very slow, keeping possession. But then when they get in the final third, they're really at it. So yeah, the likes of De Bruyne, Hazard, you'd expect them, 65 minutes to be coming off, almost treating it as a sort of pre-season friendly leading up to the World Cup.
Nico Williams fouled. Left-hand side for Wales, 30 yards from goal. Chance to get the centre-backs forward, get Kiefer Moore into the penalty area and see if they can threaten Belgium that way. Belgium leading Wales by 2-0 here. De Bruyne scoring the first and creating the second. And at what point, we wonder, might we see Gareth Bale for Wales tonight? Free kick then. Dan James is the man who's going to take it. Kiefer Moore waiting in the middle. High swinging one to the far post. Headed back across goal. Good delivery. Moore was waiting. Another header comes in. Courtois has to punch it away. And it falls to Meunier on the left-hand side. Pass intercepted by Smith. Looking for the 1-2. Matt Smith can't quite get away on the right. Ampadu comes in to try and help out. Carrasco just blocks him. And it goes out for a throw-in to Belgium inside their own half.
Decent from Wales. I was talking about the quality that needs to be there from set plays. I think it's Joe Rodon, deep ball round the back, and Joe Rodon's got a little bit of space. Decent header. Courtois does well. But that's the sort of opportunities I was talking about where Wales need to capitalise. As we heard before the game, Joe Rodon getting regular football ahead of the World Cup because he's gone on loan to Rennes from Tottenham, started 7 of the 8 games in Ligue 1. Chris Mepham, of course, in that back three is getting regular football for Bournemouth at the top level. Reece Norrington-Davies playing for a very good Sheffield United team, and Ben Davies to come back in as well when he's fit. Here's Hazard. Turns 180 degrees, goes to his left. De Bruyne and Carrasco play a 1-2. Last 5 minutes of the first half. Carrasco has the ball at his feet. Belgium 2, Wales 0. If you've missed any of the action, I feel like watching Belgium's like watching Man City. You feel like they could just turn it on at any second and really take the game to Wales and score a goal. They're happy to keep possession and try and drag the Wales boys out, but you same against City, playing against Belgium, they could just turn it on and and score when they like, score when they want, if you want.
Gareth Southgate on the way at half-time ahead of Italy, England tomorrow. I'm sure that'll feature in the Football Daily podcast tomorrow as well. Available via that BBC Sounds app. Latest Fantasy 606 podcast went up on the Sounds app today as well, if you haven't caught that as yet. Here's Hazard. Hazard across to Tielemans. Back to De Bruyne. Who's that? Is that Carrasco? I can see him lurking at the far post. He's got his left arm in the air and he wants one of those wonderful balls from De Bruyne, and De Bruyne's just denied him it for now. The Tongan can't find him either. Referee almost gets in the way, and Belgium come back to the halfway line. And it comes all the way back to Courtois. Courtois to Zeno de Bast. So I wonder whether we'll see him at the World Cup starting for Belgium. 18 years old, debut tonight. What a ball from Tielemans. De Bruyne in, first touch, bang with the right foot, and Hennessy gets a toe on it and pokes it wide of his right-hand post, and De Bruyne very nearly makes it 3.
Just talking about it, you think you're comfortable. The ball's on the halfway line. The Wales back 3, back 5. Think they're comfortable. One good ball, and again, we're talking about him a lot, as you always do when he plays, but Kevin De Bruyne, a great run, and you've got to say it's a good save on Wayne Hennessy.
That's going in, isn't it? That is going in. Hennessy throws a right leg at it and just gets a little flick on it, which sends it wide. He's hit the post as well, De Bruyne. Could have had a hat-trick in the first half. 3 minutes remaining in this first half. Belgium leading Wales 2-0. Corner comes in, but Tongan's there, heads it high in the air, no threat. And it goes behind for the goal kick to Wales. So let's just check the latest in the other game in this group. If I can get the old screen up here. Because Wales want Netherlands to be ahead against Poland, and they are. That one closing in on half-time. Poland 0, Netherlands 1. Witsel, flick from Hazard, wonderful to De Bruyne, back to Hazard. Hazard with his shot, blocked by Mepham. They are running riot at the end of the first half here. Another corner for Belgium.
Yes, like I said, it's just a turn of the switch again. You think you're comfortable, and all of a sudden they're at you again. Gone
quick with the corner. De Bruyne and Hazard again. Carrasco on the turn, trying to get the cross in. Eventually Wales managed to get a body in the way. Nico Williams does it, and he's able to run the ball behind for a goal kick. And quite rightly, Wayne Hennessy is not taking that goal kick just yet. We are late in the first half, and Wales obviously want to get back in the game. I think he's just thinking, right, slow down.
I think all Wales fans are thinking that, to be honest.
Tough game. We knew it would be for Wales tonight, even if they had the full team out. Hennessy takes the goal kick, looking for more. Witsel always jumping for that ball with more. Has done well against him actually in the air in this first half. Here's De Bast, the young centre-back. Floated ball down the right. Batshuayi with a good leap, but his header only lands at the feet of Ampadu. Ampadu in the middle of the Belgium half. Across to Brennan Johnson. Connor Roberts making the run wide on the right. Tries to get the cross in. Wales have won. Late corner, end of the first half. Belgium 2, Wales 0. We're in the last minute of the first half. And in that Group A1, still Croatia 0, Denmark 0, and France 0, Austria 0. Corner for Wales, trailing 2-0. Looking for Kiefer Moore. He's trying to lose his marker in the middle, trying to use teammates to sort of hide behind them. Corner comes in from the right. Moore's there with the flick on. Who's it going to fall to here? Nico Williams on his right foot. All kind of deflected, very nearly flew in at the near post. Came off one of his own teammates, and it's gone behind for a goal kick. Hit was it Norrington Davis who might have hit there in the middle? It was Williams on his right foot. Nearly snuck in. That would have been lucky. Half-time whistle blows, and Wales really have been up against it. Belgium have been excellent, and James Collins, Kevin De Bruyne, has been beyond excellent.
You run out of words to say about Kevin De Bruyne, Ali. Every game he plays, you can see the television cameras on him, and rightly so. He's been sensational this first half. Everything he's done, the quality, attacking. But like I said, I mentioned it in commentary. The way he works back, the way he helps his team, sort of guides other players into the game and makes other players look even better as well. Scored the first in the 10th minute, created the second for Batshuayi in the 38th minute, hit the post as well, and Hennessy made a blinding save with his right foot. Otherwise De Bruyne would have had a hat-trick. It's been tough, really tough for Wales tonight. Half-time, Belgium leading Wales by 2-0.
Yeah, Wales perhaps thankful for that half-time whistle, Ali. Just one more to you, though, James. It was a pretty bright start, wasn't it, from Rob Page's side? Can you put your finger on, though, where perhaps they did lose their way a bit and where Belgium were able to get more of a grip on things?
We mentioned it, Emma, before. It's always going to be tough. You never want to go. They started off well, Wales. They come into the game in the right intent, started. But against a team of this quality, I've mentioned in commentary, you stick or twist, you try and score, you try and go and take the game to them and try and get the early goal, but then you're leaving space at the back. And like I said, the quality Belgium have got. Eden Hazard is having a lovely game as well as De Bruyne. So yeah, it's a tough one. Rob Page would be wanting Wales to dig in and sort of not concede as early as they did, and then obviously you're always fighting a losing battle. So it's been really tough for Wales. But like I said in commentary, they will get valuable lessons.
Very quickly, Emma, in terms of the Nations League group, Wales really want Poland to lose tonight now to give them a chance to try and get past them on the head-to-head. It's Poland 0, Netherlands 1, closing in on half-time. So that's a tiny little bright spot, you could say.
Yes, the voice there of Ali Bruce-Ball and James Collins. That's our team bringing you Belgium against Wales tonight. Rob Page's side trailing 2-0 at the break. The second half is on the way, as well as all the latest from the England camp ahead of their game against Italy tomorrow night. Cricket reaction on the way as well. That's all after the news with Matthew Bone.
Listen on BBC Sounds. This is BBC Radio 5 Live.
The Bank of England has warned that the UK could already be in a recession as it raised interest rates to try to counter the soaring cost of living. The rate has gone up by 0.5 percentage point to 2.25%. Jonathan Fell, who runs an ice cream firm in Chester, says low interest rates encouraged business, but another rise is worrying.
It's always encouraged investment because it's always been at a low. Through this period of investment that we've had. Wherever the base rate goes, obviously our business goes, and it can be hugely drastic to it. It could actually finish the business depending how far it gets, and I think everybody's in that same situation.
The Chancellor Kwasi Kwarteng has announced the increase in national insurance will be scrapped in November. Ministers have insisted this won't mean less money is available for the NHS and social care, but instead that money will now come from government borrowing to fund that. The organisation representing train companies has urged the RMT union to commit to serious reform of the industry after another rail strike was announced for the 8th of October. 40,000 workers are expected to walk out. Large numbers of Russians have been leaving their country a day after President Putin ordered the mobilisation of 300,000 military reservists to fight in Ukraine. Long queues of cars have formed on the borders with Georgia, Kazakhstan and Mongolia. But the Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov claimed the reports of large numbers of Russians trying to leave were untrue.
Information about some excitement at airports and so on is very much exaggerated. Very much exaggerated. Checkpoints and so on. There's a lot of fake information about this, so we have to be, let's say, very careful not to become victims of what is simply false information.
And police in Iceland say they've arrested 4 people in connection with what they believe to have been preparations for the first ever terrorist attack on the island. Officers said semi-automatic weapons and thousands of rounds of ammunition had been seized.
How many people who have been on the FBI's most wanted list have ever sat down for a podcast with the BBC?
For over a decade, a pair of mugshots have lived side by side on the FBI's website.
These individuals are considered as terrorists.
The cause of their alleged terrorist actions? The environment.
Estimates are $250 million in damages.
How far is too far to go to stop the planet burning?
If it's not me, then it's who? And if it's not now, then it's when.
Burn Wild. Find us now on BBC Sounds.
5 Live Sport with Emma Saunders.
So, second half commentary of Belgium 2, Wales 0 coming up. Likewise, on the way, we'll have all the latest from the England camp ahead of their game against Italy tomorrow night. But first, Pakistan hit the highest ever international T20 score without losing a wicket to beat England in Karachi this evening. In some unbelievable batting, Babar Azam hit 110 not out to help his side level the series. The third match of 7 is on Friday. Afterwards, England captain Moeen Ali, who top scored for England with 55, reflected on England's performance.
The pitch played better than we thought it was going to play, first of all, but they played really well, and sometimes when they're playing like that it's hard to stop them. We obviously dropped a big catch and I thought we lost it when I bowled my 1 over, so that was a gamble. I just went with trying to get a wicket, almost buy a wicket, but didn't work, and that's when really Pakistan won the game. But from even at 10 overs, I was quite comfortable. They were going at 8 something and over, a couple of wickets, and it would have changed everything. So it was a good game of cricket. We both teams played well. I wouldn't say they outclassed our batters, but because obviously only 2 of them. But I thought as a group we batted really, really well. I don't like saying it, but there's a lot of positives from today. I thought just obviously back end we weren't great.
Roger Federer will play alongside his old rival Rafael Nadal in the doubles at the Laver Cup tomorrow. The event in London will be the 20-time Grand Slam winner's last before retiring. Derby County have appointed Rotherham boss Paul Warne as their new head coach. That's on a 4-year deal. And 50,000 tickets have been sold for this Saturday's North London derby in the WSL. We'll have full commentary from the Emirates. That's on 5 Live Sport from 1:30. We're going to be back at the King Baudouin Stadium shortly, where it's Belgium 2, Wales 0 at half-time. And our coverage of the Nations League will continue tomorrow, with England taking on European champions Italy in Milan. Full commentary of that game with Matthew Upson and our football correspondent John Murray, who joins us now from the San Siro, where John, Gareth Southgate and Harry Kane have just finished speaking to the media.
Yes, that's right. Good evening from Milan. Actually, we're not in the San Siro tonight. We'll be in there tomorrow night, but we're very close to it in the England team hotel. Just been speaking to Gareth Southgate and Harry Kane, the captain, over the course of the last hour. And main issues really on the pitch. It's all about World Cup preparation. We're only 2 months away now from Qatar when the tournament begins. And also for England, responding to what happened in the Nations League matches in June. 4-0 defeat to Hungary at Molineux left England on the brink of relegation from the Nations League. Off the pitch, though, it's about what action the FA are taking over the human rights issues in Qatar. We know now, the FA have announced this week, that Harry Kane will be wearing what is being called the One Love armband, which is a message against discrimination. It promotes diversity and inclusion, in the words of the FA, and of course same-sex relationships and their promotion are illegal in Qatar. But also, the other thing the FA are doing is calling for compensation to be awarded for any injury or death related to World Cup construction. And the FA are also lobbying FIFA to build a migrant workers centre, and the England will invite workers to their training base when they get to Qatar to visit. So that was the issue with Gareth Southgate when I spoke to him, and I asked the England manager if he feels that England are doing enough to highlight the issue of migrant workers and that anti-discrimination issue.
Well, I think we've done a lot of researching. We've spoken to NGOs. We've spoken to the immigrant workers in Qatar. You know, I've met some of those people as well when I've been out there. We've listened to opinions as to what people felt ought to be affected and what we might be able to affect. The sort of inclusive nature of what we're trying to do with the armband was one area. The request to FIFA to progress the migrant workers site is what another one, and the compensation for families is the third. So everything that has been put in front of the FA as areas that we were asked to try to affect and talk about, that's what was in the statement yesterday, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, and you know, for some people it'll never be enough. You realise that, don't you?
Well, yes, but we've got to be realistic about what's achievable, and also we've taken good counsel on what people would like us to affect. So I haven't seen yet, you know, other than not going to the tournament, what else it would be that people would be looking for us to do, and we're always ears open in terms of listening to opinions. That's what we've tried to do through this whole process.
On the football side, particularly as well after what happened in June, how clear is your thinking about what's needed now and what's needed in the 2 months that you have left?
Yeah, really clear in terms of what's needed now. I think to have the results that we did was obviously not what we wanted, but it really provides some clarity on what we're capable of, what we need to do to get back on track. And I think these are two great games for us to really challenge ourselves. We've got to improve performances. But two games against huge nations in two of the most iconic stadiums in world football, there couldn't be a better test for us. And I don't think we've won here since 1961, someone was telling me earlier. So we're not in the habit of doing well, but we've knocked so many of those barriers down over the last few years, and it would be great to be able to do that again tomorrow. But I have to focus on performance and making sure that performances are right, because in the end, then results come on the back of that.
That was Gareth Southgate in conversation with John Murray, who will have Matthew Upson with him tomorrow night as we listen to England taking on Italy. Hiya, Matt.
Good evening.
Just listening to Southgate talking there about getting clarity, I suppose when you look at Italy tomorrow, Germany on Monday, preparation doesn't get much more rigorous than that, does it?
Yeah, clarity is interesting, isn't it, in terms of where it's going to be a marker of where England are at. And I think that's the point he's making. You know, we can look at the previous games. You can look at the ones at the end of last season in June. I think it was a very tired England squad at that moment, but there's no excuses.
Have reappeared out of that tunnel. Ali Bruce Ball, James Collins, just wondering any signs of any changes, particularly in that Wales dugout, given the way things went a little bit downhill, didn't they, in that first half?
Well, we watched all the subs come out and warm up during the half-time break, and Gareth Bale wasn't amongst those warming up. I took that to mean, James, I thought he'd be coming straight on for the second half, but he's not yet.
Yeah, no, I thought exactly the same. I thought he might maybe inside on the bike or getting himself ready to come on, but no changes.
Right, second half underway. Thank you, Emma. Belgium leading Wales by 2-0. A win tonight in this Nations League group will put Belgium on 10 points, but the Netherlands are winning as well. That would take them to 13 points. Belgium would need a massive win over the Netherlands to turn it round on the head-to-head and win the group and make it through to those Nations League finals next summer. Wales will be on 1 point, Poland on 4 points, so Wales would need to beat Poland on Sunday in Cardiff to try and get past them on the head-to-head. If you remember, in the first game of the group, they lost to Poland by 2-1. Second half is underway, no changes made by either manager, and the listeners got a little bit of Gloria Gaynor there just to sing us into the start of the second half. They've gone quite old school, James, with the tunes, haven't they?
Enjoying it?
Yeah, a bit of Van Halen, a bit of Queen.
Showing my age, though.
Yeah. Belgium 2, Wales 0. Minute gone in the second half. Wales all in white, red trim to the kit, playing from left to right towards their loyal, noisy, travelling support. 'Twas ever thus. They're away to our right-hand side. Wayne Hennessy's the skipper. He's in goal. Mepham, Rodon, Norrington, Davis, a back three. Connor Roberts, Nico Williams, the two wing-backs. Matt Smith and Ethan Ampadu in central midfield. Daniel James and Brennan Johnson. Nottingham Forest, Brennan Johnson supporting Kiefer Moore through the middle. We're wondering when we're going to see Gareth Bale. And Belgium, Courtois in goal, 18-year-old Zeno de Bast alongside Alderweireld and Vertonghen as the other two centre-backs. Meunier, Tielemans, Witsel, Carrasco making up a midfield four. De Bruyne in the form of his life. Eden Hazard coming back to form more recognisable of Eden Hazard of old. And Michy Batshuayi on the score sheet again for Belgium this evening through the middle. No Lukaku involved tonight, out injured at the moment, has missed a fair bit of football at the start of this season with Inter. So Belgium have the ball, they're leading 2-0, they're in the red shirts with the black sleeves. Tielemans, first touch almost let him down, had to sprint quite hard to keep that for Belgium, does it, plays it back to Alderweireld, who just walks towards the halfway line, and there's a bit of a lull inside the stadium actually at the start of the second half. They might get a bit more exciting now. Tielemans across to Carrasco, chests it down inside the Wales penalty area. Good run made by Hazard. Hazard heading for the byline on the left, plays it back to Carrasco, curling cross to the far post, volleyed away. Kiefer Moore gets a foot in, plays it back to Brennan Johnson, who tried to run past De Bruyne, and Witsel was just caught by De Bruyne, who was aghast at the decision, but Wales get the free kick.
It's incredible the job Witsel does for this Belgian team, Ali. You know, he just sits in front of the back four, back three, where they play, you know, tidies up, keeps the ball lovely in possession, but then he allows the other boys to go and go forward. You know, that's why, you know, De Bruyne, Hazard, Batshuayi can go and create, you know, big moments, player moments in the attacking third, because Witsel does such a good job defensively behind them.
Misunderstanding from the free kick for Wales. Mepham and Kiefer Moore exchange a couple of words. They're both sort of throwing their arms up. Mepham went for the ball down the channel and Moore hadn't made the run, and they weren't quite at the races together there. Belgium 2, Wales 0. Witsel now 33 years old. Ooh, that's a bit of a naughty one from Mepham. No need for that. Through the back of Eden Hazard. Belgian fans don't like it, first booking of the game. Frustration?
Yeah, a little bit naughty, that one. Knew exactly what he was doing, Chris Mepham, I think he's probably sick of coming so deep to follow Hazard into all areas of the pitch. So yeah, a little bit naughty, caught him down on the ankle, but Hazard's all right.
Ouch. Hazard's on his feet. I was just going to say, Witsel, 33, 125th cap tonight. You just consider his club career as well. So he's now at Atletico Madrid and still doing the business there. Started out at Standard Liège, Benfica, Zenit St. Petersburg. Remember him at Dortmund as well. He's just a...
For Wales, when we were, 2016, in recent years, sort of goes under the radar, the work he actually does defensively.
Brilliant skills from Brennan Johnson to get him away from Yannick Carrasco. Carrasco trying to get back at him. Brennan Johnson continues to run down the right, stands the cross up, attacked! Oh, they've scored, Wales! Brennan Johnson with wonderful work down the right. Kiefer Moore climbing high at the far post, nods it down, and they're back in the game. Belgium 2, Wales 1.
Brilliant from Brennan Johnson. The first bit of quality we've seen, I mentioned it a few times now about the quality of set plays. Brennan Johnson's gone down the right-hand side, a lovely little dink ball, you know, perfect for Kiefer Moore. Dink ball to the back stick. Kiefer Moore's got a run on, I believe it's Vertonghen or Alderweireld at the back post. Perfect dink ball, run on in, climb over the top, and it's a lovely header.
9th international goal for Kiefer Moore. Really important goals he scored for Wales in his time as well. And joyous scenes away to our right, having been almost overrun in the first half. Wales back in the game. Brilliant for Brennan Johnson, because the initial move to get, I think he started that almost on the halfway line with a lovely bit of skill to take him away. I think it was from Carrasco, kept the run going, and then did the obvious thing, James. He just put the ball in an area where he knew Moore had to be. Yeah,
it's a perfect cross. You know, you talk about different types of crosses, you know, the whip, the pace cross. It was perfect. Little dink, you know, to the back stick. And like I said, Kiefer Moore's got the run, and if Kiefer Moore gets a run on any centre-half, he's going to come out on top.
Kevin De Bruyne was saying he finds games against Wales have got a little bit boring. It's livened up a little bit now. He was bossing the first half, but Wales are back in it. 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Let's see how Belgium respond. Witsel to Batshuayi. Inside the Wales half, Wales have all the outfield players behind the ball. Back to Alderweireld. To Carrasco, who's able to bring it forward. Shuffles forward down the left. Little dummy to dart back inside, doesn't go there. Vertonghen whips in an early cross, headed away by Norrington Davis. Meunier is there, outside of his right foot, plays it back to De Bast. Comes across the Wales half to Witsel. And now Carrasco again. Brennan Johnson's in his way. Carrasco lays it off to his left to Vertonghen. Vertonghen back to Hazard. Hazard with Ampadu behind him, holds him off, plays it back to De Bruyne, who's a little bit deeper. De Bruyne's pass hits Witsel. Ball spins off him, still finds Carrasco. Carrasco on the left to De Bruyne. Quick layoff to Witsel. This is about 7-8 yards outside the Wales half. Hazard now wide on the left. Back to Vertonghen, who's got a chase. Kiefer Moore has interest in that. Couldn't quite get it before Alderweireld. De Bast across to Tielemans. Better from Wales in terms of keeping the pressure on Belgium.
A bit of intent to go and press the ball. Start from Kiefer Moore, you know, it's tough for the big man up front, you know, they have so much possession, but when he goes, you know, he's closing down a little bit more at the start of the second half, and the whole Welsh team are sort of following behind him.
Eden Hazard has kind of used his reputation a little bit there to make the referee give him a decision. So Mepham was battling with Hazard for the ball. And yeah, I mean, Mepham had a handful of his shirt, but you see it all the time. De Bruyne now, fouled by Brennan Johnson. Referee tries to play the advantage, gives the free kick. De Bruyne's fuming because Johnson stopped his fun. But Hazard before that basically just stopped play himself, almost like he was the biggest kid in the playground, just to say, hang on, that's a free kick for me, ref. Blow your whistle. And the ref blew his whistle. 2-1 to Belgium. Poland 0, Netherlands 1 it remains. I can see Croatia lead Denmark by a goal to none, and Gareth Bale is out warming up for Wales with a golden substitutes bib on away to our right. Wales with defending to do. Carrasco, nice pass, threaded through legs, wide to Meunier. Meunier's got De Bruyne making the run outside. De Bruyne, high cross, floated to the back post. Connor Roberts heads it straight up in the air. That's a foul, surely, edge of the box. Ampadu clattered into by Meunier as he went to head it away for Wales. He's landed heavily on his back, so he's down. Free kick for Wales. Belgium 2, Wales 1. And the crucial thing there, James, those last sort of 3 or 4 minutes, they've got themselves back in the game. Belgium immediately come back at them, and they've held them, haven't they?
Yeah, they have. And you've got to say, you know, like I said, Belgium have had a lot of possession. You know, they've scored 2 goals, but defensively, you know, I think what Page be looking at the videos back in a couple of days or when they have the team meeting, you know, we'll be quite happy with the positioning and the defending. It's just the quality of the Belgium team, you know. You need a bit of luck to stay in the game, and unfortunately Wales haven't got that.
Bournemouth's Kiefer Moore, goal scorer for Wales tonight. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Can they find another? Last 7 games, Belgium have only managed to beat Wales once. Wales, of course, with a couple of famous wins of their own in that time, one in Cardiff and one in Lille. They've never beaten Belgium in Belgium, and at the moment they're still trailing by 2-1. James is just having a little look at my team sheet for another possible change for Wales. Joe Morrell possibly coming on here into that Wales midfield. 10 minutes gone in the second half, 5 Live and BBC Sounds. Here's Vertonghen. Vertonghen to Hazard. Hazard inside the Wales half on the left, chased by Connor Roberts. Happy to just lay it off to Alderweireld. Alderweireld across to Vertonghen.
Gaz Bale's just had the 5-minute warning, I believe. Watching the coaches.
Looking forward to a bit of Gareth Bale in the last half hour of the game. Matt Smith slides in to intercept a pass from Hazard. Witsel gets it moving again for Belgium, across to Carrasco. Carrasco to Vertonghen, winning his 140th cap for Belgium tonight.
Incredible.
That's amazing. Carrasco, clever from Hazard, step over, gets it back from Tielemans, gives it back to Tielemans. Wide it goes to Vertonghen on the left, low cross into the near post. Cleared away from underneath his own crossbar by Joe Rodon, it was there for Wales. Goes out for a throw to Belgium, wide on the left. And Wales got to be switched on here, because Belgium have been stung by the Wales goal early in the second half, and at the moment it is all Belgium pressure. They've got it inside their own half. De Bast plays it all the way across to Vertonghen on the left. Vertonghen rolls it to Carrasco. Carrasco is waiting for Brennan Johnson to make a challenge. Johnson holds off him. Belgium come back into their own half. Witsel in the centre circle. Plays it to Alderweireld on his left, across to Jan Vertonghen. De Bruyne is just running across the Wales half at the moment, just looking to get into space. They don't use him. Witsel goes to the right instead. De Bast to Tielemans. Chased by Norrington Davies. He's got to get back into defence now. Tielemans has slid a pass down the right to Meunier. Back to Tielemans. Here's De Bruyne. A little flick pass. Meunier didn't know that was coming, and away it goes. Throw in for Wales.
Doing well, Wales, Ali. Certainly the start of the second half, like I said, defensively solid, good shape. Everyone's talking, communicating, and say they're going to have possession. I've said it a number of times now, but I think if you're in the right holes and concentrated, you can do well defensively against Belgium.
It's the Welsh fans you can hear singing at the moment inside the King Badouin Stadium. Gareth Bale is extremely close to them. They can't wait for him to get into the action. I bet Bale is licking his lips as well, slowly working his way back to full fitness. You can see him sort of running at 75% at the moment down the touchline, trying to peak, trying to get ready for the World Cup, which is just a couple of months away. So important in those World Cup playoff games to get Wales to Qatar in the first place. Now then, Wales have won it inside their own half. Goal scorer Kiefer Moore plays the ball in front of Brennan Johnson, and the chance goes begging. And now Wales have got to be careful, because they were flooding men forward, and now Hazard is running at them. Ampadu's going to try and stop him. Hazard tries to go around him. Hazard's done the same thing there. He's been dragged by Ampadu. Yes, he's been fouled, but he stops playing and turns to the ref and says, right, make the decision.
I feel like he's going to pick the ball up and walk off in a minute.
Exactly. Yellow card for Ampadu. It was a foul though, wasn't it, Jones? Do you think?
Yeah, I wasn't sure. He got the wrong side of Ethan Ampadu, and he's pulled him back. But it's just funny to watch him just stop. Like literally, like you say, Ali, like he's in the schoolyard.
He is, yeah. Now Kiefer Moore's got a problem here. He's holding his left arm, kind of his left bicep, or around his, just below maybe, around his left elbow, and he's grimacing in some pain at the moment. So we're going to get a stoppage in play, and still Belgium leading Wales by 2-1. Of course, Kiefer Moore with that header early in the second half to get Wales back in the game. France lead Austria by 1-0. Croatia lead Denmark by 1-0. So in that group, as it stands, Croatia be on 10 points, Denmark on 9 points, Austria on 4. France will be ahead of them. France will be on 5, Austria on 4. Croatia then go to Austria on Sunday. Denmark host France. De Bruyne, while we wait for Kiefer Moore to receive the treatment, fancies a free kick. It's a long way out. I mean, it's almost 30 yards out, and it's wide of Hennessy's right-hand post as he's lining up his wall at the moment. But the form De Bruyne is in the way he's been shooting, why the heck not?
He's capable, yeah. It's got to be all of 40 yards, 35, 40 yards out. But
it's a long way.
He certainly fancies it.
So Kiefer Moore off to the side of the field. Rob Page is trying to find out whether he can keep going. I think he will come back on. I mean, Bale could come on for Moore. That could easily work for Wales. But maybe they want them both on together if Moore can keep going. Free kick then. What's De Bruyne going to do? Is he going to give us something special? On home turf, here he comes, runs at the ball, no, he slides it to the edge of the box. Hazard back to Tielemans, who shoots, takes a touch, big deflection, away it goes for a corner to Wales.
Wasn't what we was expecting, but very clever, very, very clever. Obviously a well-worked set play on the training ground, just unfortunately got blocked and gone over for a corner.
Half fooled us, didn't fool Wales. Tielemans' shot from the edge of the box deflected away for this corner to Belgium. Leading Wales by 2-1. Moore is back out there, I think. De Bruyne's corner comes in. Hennessy punches it away with both fists. Tielemans and Dan James wrestling for the ball. Tielemans gets his body in the way. Belgium have it again inside their own half. Belgium 2, Wales 1. James.
The warm-up top is off from a Mr. Gareth Bale.
Here we go then. Coming back into the action. De Bruyne's ball. Hazard stretches to control it. He's forced away from goal. On the left for Belgium, losing his balance but keeps the ball, plays it to Carrasco. De Bruyne gives it straight back to Carrasco. To Hazard. Hazard down the left to Carrasco, tries to backheel it to Hazard. Brennan Johnson's not having any of that. Makes the tackle. De Bruyne blocks his run. Now that's got to be a free kick. It's not a free kick. Interesting. De Bruyne stops Johnson in his tracks. Wins the ball back, plays it to Hazard. Hazard rolls it across to De Baas. That was almost a 50-50. De Baas in just before Nico Williams. De Baas gets it back from Mounier, looks up, in comes that cross. Mepham swings a left-foot at it and clears it. Dan James with good pace, but Alderweireld had a head start on him, got there first. Dan James and Nico Williams trying to win it back here for Wales. Tielemans getting away inside the Wales half. Across it comes to De Bruyne. The game's a little bit broken up now, which makes it dangerous for Wales. De Bruyne trying to slide one through to Tielemans. Couldn't find him, and Dan James plays it back to Nico Williams. Belgium 2, Wales 1. And Norrington Davis clears with his left foot, and that's intercepted by De Baas.
Yeah, I'm just going to mention De Baas. You know, on his debut, looks very comfortable. You know, he's a big lad. You know, looks like he's got everything to be a top quality centre half. Like you said, he hasn't had a lot to do this evening, but everything he has done, he's done crisp. He's passing sharp, and what he has done defensively, he looks good. You know, he should be very happy for his debut so far.
Alderweireld on the ball for Belgium. Right, Gareth Bale stripped off and ready to go. So is Joe Morrell. James saw him getting ready a little while ago. 17 minutes gone in the second half. Lots of Belgian possession, but now only a goal in it. Belgium absolutely bossed it in the first half, and we're leading by 2-0. They're also chucking a few players on, 3 of them coming on. Dries Mertens is one. Lois Openda, who's a 22-year-old striker, plays his club football for Lens, getting the instructions from Roberto Martinez. He's coming on, and the informed Leandro Trossard will be coming on as well. Norrington Davis not quite strong enough to get away from Thomas Mounier. So 5 substitutes all waiting to come on. 3 in the red and black of Belgium, 2 in the white and red of Wales, and one of them, you could say, arguably Wales' greatest ever player, Gareth Bale, number 11 on his back, hands on hips, trying to get himself ready to play in a first ever World Cup for his nation. Throw in to Belgium, ball wide on the left. So here we go, eyes down for a full house.
This could take about 10 minutes.
I know, exactly, right. So that's a fairly obvious change, isn't it, James? Matt Smith, central midfield, off. Joe Morrell for Portsmouth, on. And it is Bale on for Kiefer Moore.
I mean, I think Neil Taylor spoke about before the game kicked off. Whether you play Gaz through the middle or he plays up alongside Kiefer Moore, but certainly for the last 20-25 minutes we're going to see Gareth Bale through the middle on his own.
Be interesting to see how much football Bale can play in the World Cup. That's certainly a way to go, isn't it? I mean, they're different players, but you could have Moore doing that job and then bring Bale on, or switch it around, go the other way.
I truly believe that Gaz will be fully fit. Like
Doing
I said,
every game?
I think he'll be ready. Hopefully, touch wood.
Yeah.
Don't want to say, stays clear of injury leading up to the World Cup, but I know the way he thinks. I know the way he is when he turns up for Wales. You know, he'll do everything he can to be fit, and when he's even fit, he wants to play every minute.
Changes continue. Openda on for Batshuayi. Carrasco is coming off, and he's going to be replaced. The number 10's gone up. That wasn't the right number. Dries Mertens is coming on. He wears number 14. And Trossard is coming on for Hazard, so that's where they got the numbers confused. Hazard is 10, Hazard is off, Trossard is on, 5 changes all made. Right old break up to the rhythm of the game. I don't think Wales will mind that too much, actually, because Belgium were starting to move them around a bit and try and break that defence down. Belgium 2, Wales 1, so Bale's on, and at the moment jogging pace, just following Toby Alderweireld with the ball across the halfway line. 25 minutes to play. 5 Live and BBC Sounds tomorrow night. Italy, England in full in Milan. England in danger of relegation from their Nations League group. Didn't have a good time of it in the summer. Gareth Southgate was on at half-time. If you missed it, that and the reaction to this evening's game will be in the Football Daily podcast for you on the BBC Sounds app tomorrow. England-Germany on Monday in full, 7:45 kickoff at Wembley on 5 Live, and Ukraine-Scotland is our commentary on Tuesday. Alderweireld wide to the right, really well covered by Williams, tracked that pass all the way back, nods it behind, and the game, you feel, is just going to have to sort of reset itself after the 5 substitutions. Corner for Belgium.
Yeah, it almost, with the substitutions, it has dropped the pace. It almost feels like a friendly now, you know, because of the subs, and no doubt there's going to be more. Wales are going to make more subs, and Belgium will as the game goes on. So the pace has really come out of the game in a minute.
De Bruyne takes the corner from the right, and away swinger. Effort from Alderweireld. Off target. Good contact, but didn't really threaten Wayne Hennessy's goal. And so that will be a goal kick to Wales. I heard John mentioning, actually, John Murray, our football correspondent, about this One Love armband that Harry Kane's going to be wearing during the World Cup. Eden Hazard was wearing that this evening as a captain's armband for Belgium. I'm presuming that's gone onto the arm of Kevin De Bruyne. I didn't see who he passed it on to, but that armband promoting the message of anti-discrimination, whatever form that discrimination takes. Brennan Johnson did so well to create the goal for Wales, chasing a ball down the right. Vertonghen whacks it away. Mepham heads it forward. Bale's first touch, stretches to control it. Ball goes up in the air. Alderweireld heads it away. De Bruyne with a first-time layoff to Tielemans. Tielemans looking to find Openda, the 22-year-old striker, through the middle. Awkward one for him to control, so Wales have it back, and Norrington Davis plays it back to Hennessy. Quarter of the game left. Belgium leading Wales 2-1, and Netherlands 2-0 up away to Poland now. That is good news for Wales, not such good news for Belgium. Dan James just keeps that ball in wide on the left. Can they find an equaliser? Down the left he goes, looking for Bale in the middle. Not the worst cross, cleared only as far as Morel. Morel out wide to James. Oh, Bale with the header at the near post. Good run. Wants a corner.
Ball from Dan James.
Gets a corner.
Slowed it down, and I thought, you know, they had a bit of pace in the attack, but Dan James slowed it down. Real quality into the box, and I've got to say, Gaz has got a header. It's good defending, but it's better from Wales.
There's the threat straight away from Gareth Bale. Corner then for Wales. They've been a real thorn in Belgium's side in the last decade or so, and they would love to make an absolute nuisance of themselves again. James takes the corner short to Brennan Johnson. Back to James. Oh, he slipped. That's a shame. He's trying to run past Openda, and then he picks himself up. Openda's shadowing the ball out of play. James goes hurtling into the back of him, knocks him to the floor. Openda stays down, and James is just told to calm down. He doesn't get booked for that.
It's just frustration from Dan James. You know, they're in a good situation, Wales, and he's unfortunately slipped over, a bit hot-headed, and gave the foul away.
France 2, Austria 0. Latest in Group A1 in the Nations League. I was trying to have a look to see who scored. Mbappe and Giroud with the goals for France. Poland 0, Netherlands 2. Here Belgium 2, Wales 1. Witsel plays to his right to Vertonghen. And the other bit of sporting news that slightly took me aback in the first part of the show this evening, which I hadn't heard, is that Pakistan won the second T20 international against England by 10 wickets, chasing 200 to win the game, I think with 3 balls to spare. 203 without loss. And Surrey won the county championship today as well in the domestic cricket. That's another bit of news for you. Belgium 2, Wales 1. 24 minutes gone second half. Goal kick Wales. Here's Rodon, wide to Mepham, chased by Mertens, Dries Mertens. who's now left Napoli and is playing his club football at Galatasaray. Little figure, peroxide hair, Openda knocked over here by Rodon. Free kick Belgium inside the Wales half, about 40 yards from goal. Little high five between De Bruyne and Lois Openda, who's this 22-year-old now playing his club football in France, scored in his Belgium debut in the summer in the big 6-1 win against Poland, and he's having a good season in Liga, actually. 4 goals for Lens in his first 8 appearances, so getting a little taste of what he can offer if he's at the World Cup in a couple of months' time. De Bruyne waiting to take the free kick, right arm in the air, right-footed curling ball down the inside left channel, headed away by Mepham, only as far as De Bruyne. Trossard scoops it up in the air. That's a poor cross, and Hennessy's able to catch that very easily. Out it goes to Joe Morel, outside of his right foot. Plays it to Williams infield to Johnson. I thought it was Dan James, and I was looking to see Dan James, and Dan James had swapped with Bale, and James is through the middle at the moment for Wales. Norrington Davis on the left inside his own half. Belgian fans trying to get that Mexican wave going again, clearly not entertained enough by what they're seeing on the field. It's coming our way, obviously
I think we'd stand up from these seats, to be honest.
Yeah, we could have done, couldn't we? The media aren't going to do it, and the Wales fans still aren't having any of it. So there's a bit of to and fro between the two sets of fans at the moment. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Tielemans on the ball. Tielemans to Witsel, back to Tielemans. Alderweireld crosses the halfway line. Passes to Vertonghen. That might be the captain's armband on Vertonghen's left bicep, actually. Now Trossard, moving at speed in from the left, followed by Roberts. Headed away by Mepham. Trossard wins it back, dummies it again on his right foot, played it to Tielemans. A lot of white shirts in his way, back to De Bruyne. De Bruyne nearly lost control of that, holds on to it. Witsel tries to thread one through to Trossard again. Bale back there to win it for Wales. Releases Brennan Johnson. Johnson's chased by Mertens. Johnson's still going. Finds Dan James. Opportunity for Wales inside the Belgian penalty area. Can James find the pass? Can he pick out a teammate? Goes for the back heel and finds Connor Roberts on the right. James continues the run. Now stands the ball up. That's where they needed Kiefer Moore. Meunier's at the back post. Heads it behind for a corner. Good threatening move from Wales.
It's good from Dan James. I feel he does it quite a lot for me, Dan James. He cuts back, you know. Why not have a dig there on your right foot and test the goalkeeper? You know, if he palms it out into the six-yard box, Gareth Bale's there to tap it in. He just sort of slowed it down a little bit too much.
James Collins with us on 5 Live, also available on the BBC Sounds app as always. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Corner in from the left towards that far post. Headed away. Chance for Openda to bring it away for Belgium. Outside of his right foot. Can't find Meunier. Wales back in numbers. Connor Roberts on the ball. Inside his own half. Towards Brennan Johnson. Johnson looking for Bale. Couldn't find Bale. No way he could control that. And through it goes to Courtois. So just over 15 minutes to play. Poland 2-0 down against Netherlands. Belgium leading Wales by 2-1. So that has Poland on 4 points and Wales on 1 point. So Wales would need to beat Poland. They lost 2-1 to them at the start of the group, so were they to beat them by 2-1, everything would be level on the head-to-head, and then you start looking at overall goal difference. And actually at the moment Wales would be on -4, Poland would be on -7, so that is actually in Wales' favour. So they've still got a chance, even if they lose this game tonight, of keeping themselves in the top tier of the Nations League in that final World Cup warm-up game that it will be as well. Here's Trossard, midway inside the Wales half, wide to Mertens in his banana yellow boots. Curling cross goes bouncing 3 times through the Wales penalty area. Meunier can't get there. Goal kick Wales. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Hennessy curls that out to the left to Williams. Back to Morel. Here's Norrington Davis. Norrington Davis back to Hennessy on the edge of his own 6-yard box. Just thucks it diagonally towards the right. Connor Roberts taking a chance, running in behind Trossard, who wasn't going to miscontrol that. And Trossard just goes gliding through the Welsh midfield. De Bruyne looking for Trossard's run now into the penalty area. Really well covered by Joe Rodon. Brennan Johnson again, wonderful dribbling skills. Witzel's chasing him. He's got the beating of Witsel on the outside, and then unfortunately the ball runs away from him and goes out.
It's unlucky. It's unlucky. He's done really well. Certainly, you know, a player like Brennan Johnson, the way he travels with the ball, you know, Wales have defended for long periods. You can give it any player like Brennan Johnson, you can give him the ball and he runs it 50, 60 yards at the pitch. It's massive for the team, especially, like I said, you know, the boys will be getting tired with the amount of work they've been doing. It's priceless what he does.
Hans van Aken of Club Brugge. Remember watching him play against Manchester City in the Champions League. I think that was last season. He's a goal-scoring midfielder of some repute. And he's coming on for Yuri Tielemans. 101 goals in his last 7 seasons for Club Brugge, double figures every single season. Attacking midfielder, times runs well, and he is now on the field. Tielemans off. 15 minutes to play. On air through until 10 o'clock, until Colin Murray takes over tonight. And tomorrow night, your Nations League commentary comes live from Milan. John Murray and Matt Upson bringing you Italy against England. Here's Van Aken to Witsel. Witsel across to Vertonghen. He's tall, Van Aken, as well, actually, rangy midfielder.
Reminds me of Thomas Souček at West Ham.
Yes.
Very similar build.
Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, Witsel. Diagonal ball out to the right. Meunier jumps. Williams did well to win the header. De Bruyne, high spinning cross. Bounces just inside the dead ball line on the left. Trossard trying to hold on to it. Roberts and Trossard pulling and shoving each other's shirts, and the referee, I think, just decided, you know what, they're both as bad as each other there, so we'll just let that go. Cleared by Wales, back in Belgian possession. De Bruyne passes it in front of Bale across to De Bast. De Bast goes wide to Meunier. De Bruyne dangerously just making those runs off the ball again. Witsel back to Alderweireld. Alderweireld right in the middle of the Wales half. Low pass with his right foot, wide to Trossard. Trossard looking for a Pender. Wales got arms up for a potential offside. Flag stays down at the moment. Pender lays it back to De Bast. Patient build-up from the Belgian team, leading 2-1. De Bruyne. Oh, that's a good tackle. Referee's given a penalty. Well, the video assistant referee will have to have a look at that, because it looked to me like Joe Morrell got the ball, and Wales players cannot believe that the referee has pointed to the spot. Maybe we've been fooled as well, I don't know.
No, you can tell by the Wales reaction, surely it's a great tackle.
Let's have a look again. Meunier finds De Bruyne inside the penalty area. Morrell gets a toe on the ball, clear toe on the ball.
What can he possibly be looking at, the referee?
Can't be a penalty. And now, hang on, who's he booking now?
Gaz has been booked. Gareth Bale been booked for
complaints. Oh, well, that, I mean,
I think the linesman even gave the corner, but then the referee's given the penalty.
Well, the video assistant referee, it's a Turkish refereeing team this evening, will be having a look at that. I would be absolutely flabbergasted if that is not overturned. The referee is waiting here for the video assistant referee to have a word with him. Morrell coming round the left-hand side of De Bruyne, clearly gets a right foot on the ball. The Wales defenders all applaud the tackle. As you say, James, I think the assistant referee gave the corner, and for some reason the referee pointed to the penalty spot. It was clever use of De Bruyne's body. He did it in the first half when he created the goal for Batshuayi, sort of trying to hold the opponent off and teasing them into the challenge. But Morrell, he got a foot on the ball.
I think
James.
Kevin De Bruyne even shook his hand and said good. I mean, why has he got to go over and look?
Well, because he's got to make the final decision. So,
of course,
video assistant referee sends him over.
It should take about 1 second.
He's got to change his mind here. I mean, the Belgian fans are booing, but Wales will be extremely hard done by if this is given as a penalty. He's over at the monitor now. He's looking at the pictures that we are seeing. He can see Morrell's foot outstretched, touching the ball. Then De Bruyne tumbles over Morrell's leg.
I mean, why is it taking so long? It's a great tackle.
If he doesn't come out into the middle of this pitch and draw that rectangle to indicate that he's going to change his decision, I'll buy you a big Belgian waffle tonight, James. I'm not going to need to do that. He's changed his mind. No penalty, no waffle for you.
But that whole process is so long to get the right decision when the linesman has given the corner.
Yeah, bit unnecessary that. Now Bale obviously still gets booked. It is a corner. Gareth Bale's just got to be a bit careful here because he's continuing the remonstrations with the referee. I'm not quite sure what they're arguing about now. What are they arguing about? I mean, all the players still surrounding the referee.
He needs to be careful here, Gareth Bale. He's clearly not happy with something.
Yeah, De Bruyne has been waved away. At Belgium now, they don't even get the corner. Is that what's happening? Wayne Hennessy is joining in the conversation. Referee's got the ball in his hand, gives it to Hennessy. Goal kick.
It's farcical, 5 minutes that was.
Belgium 2, Wales 1. All the fun of the fair. But the right decision in the end, no penalty. It wasn't a penalty, so...
No, it certainly was. We both said it live.
Yeah,
great tackle.
yeah.
I don't understand how it can take so long.
Van Aken on the right for Belgium. Plays the ball back to Meunier. Meunier's cross comes in. Apenda's going to attack that. Mepham beats him in the air. 10 minutes, but we've got a fair bit of added time to be played as well now. Here's Trossard drawing in Wales defenders. Wide on the left. Witsel plays it across to Alderweireld. Alderweireld back to De Bast. De Bast working it wide to Meunier. Meunier's got support close at hand from Van Aken. Looks for a 1-2 with De Bruyne. Wales intercept. It comes back to De Bruyne and he strokes a pass back to De Bast. Croatia 1, Denmark 1. So Denmark equaliser in that game. France leading Austria by 2-0. That would have Denmark on 10, Croatia on 8, France on 5, Austria on 4 in that group going into the final round of games. De Bruyne looking for a first-time ball to find Meunier. Meunier had run the other way. Here's Nico Williams. Has it back for Wales. Can Wales summon something? Can Gareth Bale find something for them in the last 10 minutes of the game to get them a point and continue their excellent head-to-head record against the Belgians? Witsel to De Bruyne. Belgium still second in those FIFA World Rankings at the moment. Trossard back to Vertonghen. Vertonghen to Witsel. Witsel back to Alderweireld on the halfway line. Van Aken to Witsel, just passing round the chasing Welsh white shirts at the moment. Vertonghen to Trossard. Didn't look there as he clipped that ball in towards the edge of the box. Easy for Mepham to head it away. Throwing for Belgium on the left. They're soaking up a lot of pressure here. But yeah, what have you made of second half performance actually, James, from Wales?
I think Rob Page would be happy.
Yeah,
I really do. I say it again. You know, you're going to expect, you know, for Belgium to dominate possession. But like I said, they defended well. They're all communicating. They've clearly worked, you know, defensively, and that's what they'll take from the game. You know, they might not win the game or get a point, or a point from the game, but certainly, like I said, watching the videos in the coming days and playing such a quality team, you do get valuable lessons from sometimes not having the ball defensively.
Croatia back in front against Denmark. Now Croatia 2, Denmark 1. Ball bouncing loose inside the Welsh half. Ampadu is there. Flexes the neck muscles to powerfully head it back to Norrington Davis, running across the face of his own box. Risky from Nico Williams. He's got away with it. Flag went up for a foul on him. The referee's played the advantage. Bale curls a pass with his left foot out to the left-hand side. Norrington Davis was busting a gut to get there. De Bast intercepts, but Wales have it again. Nico Williams screams he wants it. Starts to dribble into the Belgian half, then stopped in his tracks and passes back into his own half. Belgium 2, Wales 1, 7 minutes remaining. Gareth Bale with Hans Van Aken breathing down his neck. Bale runs away from him, but he's running back towards his own goal. Plays it through to little Joe Morrell. Tyler Roberts waiting to come on for Wales now in the closing stages. Connor Roberts plays it to Ampadu. Ampadu's pass down the line, cut out by Trossard. Throw into Wales. They want to take it quickly, but the whistle blows because here comes the change. So Reece Norrington Davis, who's been playing on the left side of the back three, comes off. Tyler Roberts comes on. Belgium 2, Wales 1. Positive change. Roberts comes over and starts to tell everyone what's going to be going on. He's had a word with Nico Williams. He's had a word with Dan James as well. Throw in for Wales when we get back underway. Connor Roberts takes it now. He's looking for Bale, can't find him, but Mertens' header ends up at the feet of Morrell. Plays it across here to Williams. Williams cross into the far post, free header for Roberts. Oh, Brennan Johnson hits it first time and hooks it wide at the far post, caught it well, couldn't find the target. Chance.
It's unlucky. It's a chance for Wales. Yeah, they, like I said, the second half they've done really well. I thought Dan James could have stuck a leg out and tapped him. I think it was about 4 yards offside, but it's a good effort. Wales are pushing for the win. A positive substitution. and another chance.
Brennan Johnson's been impressive again.
Yes, he's like I said, he's you know what you're going to get. He works hard and he's invaluable at picking the ball up and running it and stretching teams, and like I say, against lesser opposition, you know, he's a game winner.
November the 21st, that first game for Wales in the World Cup since 1958. It'll be against the USA, also in the group with Iran and England. Openda chests the ball down inside the Wales half. Joe Rodon's got it covered. Belgium 2, Wales 1 into the last 5 minutes here in Brussels. Morel to Williams, across to Ampadu. Ampadu through the lines, finds Bale. Bale looking for Dan James. Can't locate him with the pass. Thibaut Courtois walks out to the edge of his box and picks that ball up.
I do think of every time I watch Dan James, I think like it's the perfect run. Gaz has played the right ball, and Dan James, you know, he's quick enough to get on the end of things, and he seems to cut back when he's crossing. I mean, if you had that pace, you'd go flat out every time, try and turn into.
Here's Mertens wide on the left for Belgium. Still with the ball at his right foot, plays it to Van Aken, to Trossard. Mertens down by the byline, looks for the cutback, sliding block on the floor from Mepham, I think it was, who's been caught painfully, let's just say that, just below the waist, if that makes it any clearer to you. Throws his body in.
It's great defending, but like you say, it's hitting where you don't want to be hit, basically.
No, that's right, exactly right, James, and there'll be plenty of times in your career you know exactly what that feels like, and it's not pleasant. 4 minutes to go. Belgium 2, Wales 1, Poland 0, Netherlands 2. So still all to play for Wales as these results stand going into their final game. Openda is over. Could say he felt he was upended in the penalty area by Mepham, but actually just slipped over, no penalty given. Tyler Roberts chasing hard down the left-hand side. Gets to that ball first. Can Wales create something here? Couple of step-overs. Can't beat Alderweireld. That wise old Al just watched the ball, made the tackle. Van Aken on the ball for Belgium inside his own half, and Witsel coming striding towards the halfway line with the ball under his spell. Wide to Trossard. 3 minutes to play. Moving into the 88th minute of the game. Trossard dummies a pass, opening up for him on the right. Van Aken, had an option there to the right, goes left instead. Here's Mertens inside the box on the right foot with the curler, gets it wrong, shoots well wide. Goal kick for Wales.
Decent play from Belgium. Like I said it first half, more like them in the first half then, you know, slow, happy to keep possession, but then turn the switch. One good pass from Witsel or De Bruyne, and Mertens is unlucky, tried to bend it in the far corner, but just didn't get enough whip on it.
Bit of stoppage time to come as well, because that VAR decision on the potential Belgian penalty took a good couple of minutes to sort out. Connor Roberts on the ball inside his own half, wide on the right, just switches play immediately all the way over to the left. One bounce, Williams controls it, runs it forward across the halfway line. Van Aken eventually in his way. Little 1-2 with Joe Morel. Tyler Roberts is wide on the left, Dan James through the middle, and Bale sort of lurking off to the right, with Brennan Johnson wide on the right, calling for the ball at the moment. Wales still have it just inside the Belgian half. Morel comes back to Mepham. 89th minute now, still Belgium 2, Wales 1. Mepham to Morel, to Ampadu. Ampadu almost gave it away, but it runs to Bale. Bale, long way out, 35 yards, gets his head down, makes ground to the corner of the box. Little back heel here. Williams fires one in. Courtois had to get down quickly to bat that away. The ball is loose, headed down on the edge of the box. Dan James stretching. Ampadu hits it with his left foot, blocked, and you can tell he thought he'd hit a good shot there, because his hands went straight to his head. Belgium coming on the counter. De Bruyne wide to Mertens. Now Trossard, De Bruyne on the outside, the angle's tight. Here's the cutback, sliding block at the near post. De Bruyne feels he should have had a penalty. Very similar block again, I think, by Mepham again as well.
Yeah, Chris Mepham done really well. It was a pacey attack. De Bruyne's trying to cross the ball, and Chris Mepham exactly the same, slides and makes a wonderful block.
90th minute, searching ball, finds Johnson on the right-hand side. Gareth Bale waiting in the middle. Are Wales going to get the dream finish? Johnson's cross, Bale's not there, and it goes right across the face of goal. Tyler Roberts was lurking as well. It's gone through for a throw into Wales on the left.
He's done brilliant there. Brennan Johnson again got the cross in. Why is there not more people in the last minute? You know, get the numbers in the box. Try and get the equaliser.
half a sniff here for Wales. What can Bale magic here? 25 yards out, lays it off to James. James quickly onto Roberts, wide to Johnson, back to Roberts again. We're in the 90th minute. Roberts cross took a deflection. Bale's up early. Courtois in behind him. Former teammates at Real Madrid, and this time Courtois comes out on top. Very difficult pull though for Bale to get anything proper on. 6 minutes of added time at the end of the game at the King Baudouin Stadium here in Brussels. De Bruyne has played the full 90 here. Got the game away to the Netherlands on Sunday, although, as I was saying, because the Netherlands are winning this evening, Belgium needs something pretty remarkable to win this group and try and get themselves through to the Nations League finals next summer. So it looks like it may well be the Netherlands heading that way. De Bruyne wide on the left, into added time now. De Bruyne with the outside of his right foot, back to Trossard. Trossard tries to cut it back. Van Aken lays it off to Meunier, gets underneath it, over the bar it goes, and that will be a goal kick.
I would think
Wales.
that's the last we'll see of Kevin De Bruyne.
Well spotted. And do you know what? I thought we'd got